Hi, I'm Andrew, an entrepreneur and a computer science student.
Hi, I'm Raveen, a psychology major student.
And you're now listening to the Ink Thoughts podcast, where we ponder and talk about incongruous thoughts ranging from our daily life to the human mind. In the previous episode, we had the honor to invite Vereen's friend Yumi, who is currently undertaking a counseling course, to join us in this podcast where we discuss about what we think of Asian way of belittling their children. In today's episode, we shall dive further deeper by putting ourselves in the shoe of a parent and think, how would we treat our children to prevent ourselves from belittling them? Hope you guys enjoy.
But since you talk about the young children thing, I guess one thing that we eventually have to face is that one day we will be parents as well, and then I guess and one thing is that every time when we're saying this is easy, we say that next time when we're adults, we're parents, when we have child, we wouldn't want to belittle them, but how would we actually do to prevent that? What do you think is the best way for us? From our experience, now that so-called we know that we are getting belittled now as we grow up, as we become parents. So how can we try to prevent that? How do we try to prevent that in our children?
Right. This is a big question, but I want to hear what you think after I share mine also. Yeah. So obviously you don't have children yet. But then imagine we have children. So I would try to imagine a scenario where they propose some crazy decision. Okay. So immediately our feelings like, oh my god, we are concerned about their safety. Right? So that's our feeling. When we realize that we have the urge to cut them off, it's stop them. I think maybe it's instead, we have to we need to have that awareness of us first. Realize that we have the urge to stop them, and then ask them to be more curious about why they want to do this. Ask more questions. Yeah, why do you feel want to do this? What sparks your interest in this thing? And then explore with them okay, if you do this, what will happen in a good way? What will happen in a possibly negative way? Yeah, to discuss with them instead of straight away you cannot do it.
Just stop them straight away. Okay.
Why do you come up with this idea? I give you you go university, really nice, can just get your certificate. You want to become TikToker like that. So it's yeah. So I think self-awareness is one thing to be able to capture our own feeling first. Okay, I know that I'm feeling a bit anxious because I'm worried about my children's safety. So once we have that moment, we pause and then we talk to them okay, why do you want to do this? Is there any problem you face in university, or why do you choose this over that? Discuss with them. So make them feel heard. After they feel heard, right, whatever suggestion you propose, maybe it's easier for them to take in also, because you already understand their point of view already.
Okay.
Yeah, so so my mom already finished listening to what I want, and we already also discussed, right? So now my mom is giving her advice from her life experience. So it's easier for them to digest and take in whatever we want to give, I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I quite agree from that, from what I heard. Yeah, pretty much, I guess, generally for all of us, we feel, we kind of just feel the same way. Yeah, because mainly it's sometimes it's just the getting hurt and then getting, being understand by our parents is the most important thing. So once we feel these two things, at least that, someone is kind of so-called thinking, thinking a bit someone thought about it, about what we're saying, not just directly just opposing our idea. At least it gives us it lets us believe I guess.
Yes.
We believe that so this has a chance of happening. Something like that.
Yeah, but for me, I think one thing that maybe we can do when they are still very young is that when they have something that they want to do or what, if there is possibility that we can do it together with them throughout the journey of them growing and all, we actually can understand their point of view even more. Like, because you go through that with them, you know what's the attractive point to them. Because I believe there will be gap between parents and children no matter how close you are. So get closer to them as much as possible. You can understand them a bit more. Then I like your point, like, you know, listen to them, discuss with them and everything. Yeah, that's just like wow. but maybe if let's say after the whole conversation that the child still decided like, yeah, I want to do that. Maybe I just have a few principles that perhaps as long as you meet that, then yeah, I'm okay. You just try your crazy idea and see how, like, make sure you are safe. Yeah, you are responsible of your own safety. Make sure you are safe. Yeah, make sure you won't die.
Yeah, actually, that's the biggest fear.
Yeah. If you have something that you need to spend money on or anything, as long as you can feed yourself, yeah, okay, that's all. You go and do it. And we'll see how it goes later.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was saying things like negotiating and meeting the middle ground with the kid. Yeah.
Okay. I can see that there's some psychological aspect coming into this discussion. But yeah, I really like that. So I guess, because I guess with Verin's way, we're not going too on board with the children's decision. We're not like just letting loose them running around. Like we set a few baselines, so like it's a really good compromise between like. So I guess like even the worst thing happens, you'll still be there, you'll still be alive, something like that. Like you won't be just like blindly doing that without knowing all the risks possible. So you still kind of have a safety net, and the worst case scenario you won't die, so called. So and I think that's amazing. Like, I believe a combination of both of your ideas will make it a really great way. And I guess it just depends on how we will implement it.
Yeah, it's easier said than done.
Sometimes the language that we use is different as well. How the children perceive it.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I lost my train of thought. I feel just now maybe the scenario is a bit easier for us to come up with a solution, but then sometimes as some scenario it can be quite triggering as a parent. You know, like maybe you spend so much money to sponsor them for this education, and then they decided to drop out. It's like it's going to be very triggering for you as a parent as well. Like, so I feel like maybe the first step is also to acknowledge your own feeling first before you deal with the children's feeling. Yeah. Like if
okay. Like what is the reason that we got so mad about this? Like, is it actually the reason? Is it actually because he dropped out, or because you spent too much money into the course?
Yeah. Is it because you worry that the future of the children is not secure, or you are feeling sad because all your money just go down to the drain? So it's like it's important for you to acknowledge your own feeling first, because your feeling also matters. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like you as parents, maybe last time your feeling is not acknowledged and empathized, right? So now we can empathize our own feelings. I mean, we can acknowledge our own feelings. So understand why we are feeling this way, and then after that, like, we are not that escalated anymore, then we can talk to our kids. Instead of like the whole communication just got like dash out and then and like that.
If the parents haven't really processed their own feelings, everything can go just
go on case.
But like, do you think like, is there any pathways like or any help, any ways like parents can try to access if they realize that, you know, somehow they have this problem, they want to try to solve it? Like, is there any known ways to do this? Like so-called, I don't know, helplines of that.
Oh, this
like,
one.
because I believe like like sometimes in this society, sometimes we focus too much on like our problems, like younger generations. We have problems, and then we seek mental health, and then eventually we say that eventually you have to like confront your parents, like figure out with your parents. But sometimes, what if the parents did figure it out? But I guess this is a bit rare because first thing first is that I guess it takes more time for parents to realize that this happens, and then second thing is that there's just not much resources. There's too much resources coming out to help like kids, younger generation, go and pursue what you want, figure out your life goals, and then like convince your parents to allow it. But then not many resources for parents to be like, what if I realize that I have this issue and I actually do want to support my kids, but then there's always this concern in me or something that stop me from doing it. Do you think like is there any resources or like where they should get help, something like that?
You mean like the parents, they want to support their
parents.
kids, but then they have their own personal unresolved issue that is stopping them from
potentially.
Oh, okay. So I feel I think you know my answer already.
I feel like I know your answer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I'm the only computer science student that's like outside of this conversation.
Yeah, I would recommend them to go for personal therapy. Yeah. Yes. It's personal therapy lah, because like if we think from our parents' perspective, they have so many years of like life experience, and a lot of them are unresolved one, like they're being hurt and some traumatic event, some hurtful event, there's some regretful, some grief, So it like resurface when it comes to them interacting with the kids. Yeah. So as much as they wanted to support their kid, something is stopping them. Right. And it's not really about the kid, maybe it's about themselves. It's great that they have this awareness. So the next step, I would really encourage the parents to talk to some professional figures, counselors. I know it's going to be a very uncomfortable process for them, because like you imagine opening up to a stranger.
And then especially you're adult, you have child. Who knows? Maybe they're even like a boss of a company, leader of a company. You have to like really, like you really have to put down your ego. And be like, okay, so now I have a problem.
Yes.
I'm like sick.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah. So,
but maybe sometimes they don't have to think it as a way like I have an illness or something like this, just that I need some help. Sometimes like anger management can be an issue, just that you need some help to help you in managing your anger. That doesn't mean you have an illness. You just have a problem in that. Or you just have so much of accumulated unprocessed emotions, and or you need someone to help you in guiding you how to process all, and so that you can better communicate with others or even with yourself.
Correct. Yeah, this is the stigma they might have, and some misunderstanding towards the mental health services. I mean, it's great if the children can communicate. I mean, can correct them if they have this kind of misunderstanding towards seeking help from therapists and everything. Yeah, if the kids have the chance, it's great that they can communicate with them. Like maybe they have some myth. You seeking for counseling equals to you mentally ill. I mean, even if you are mentally ill, it's okay, right?
Yeah.
Like our parents, they've been a very tough time. They come all the way here. It's normal that you are sad and really sad. It's okay. It's not like how to say. They always associate seeking counselor or clinical psychologist as like the Tanjung Rambutan thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
I agree with that.
it's always the extreme lah. Like they will always say like the extreme, but actually it's not. It's normal for people to to struggle mental health issues. Yeah, so I feel like maybe the kids also plays a very important role to encourage their parents to actually heal themselves. Yeah. for us, it's okay. We are future parents, right? We are already quite, I mean, it's already a norm. I mean, more easily acceptable for us to seek for help, to have medication if we need to. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah, but if
That's amazing answer.
let's say the whole issue is happening from the family itself, maybe something like family therapy will help even better. Yeah, because it focused on your relationship of all of you as a family. Yeah,
correct. Yeah, you can see like how the family normally interact, and then you can see the pattern.
Yeah.
From a counseling and psychology perspective, there are some communication pattern that maintains the problem. Yeah. So, I cannot think of like really good example. Just a very simple example is like us refraining from communicating with our other parents, just continue the misunderstanding, the barrier. It just continues it maintains the wall between the family members. Yeah. So if you have that therapist there, and then you have the members all sitting together, which is very intense. It's worth it lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah.
Do you still have any questions about the topic itself?
Not really. I guess. But I guess, should we draw a conclusion for this topic? Yeah. So in conclusion, like I don't know. Like after I guess, even though like we have this very just now from Vereen, there's this interesting question that we never actually talked to them, so we never really thought about it. But then like from our topic of what do we think about Asians' way of belittling their child? Like what conclusion can we draw from this?
Oh.
Maybe perhaps I'll start first. I guess. Like this. Actually, I feel like Asian way. It's maybe we shouldn't even say Asian way. I guess it's valid for us because we happens to be Asian. Our parents are Asian.
Asian
kids. So Asian kids. So it kind of valid for us. But I guess even though we look back, like right now we look back at our parents, we see that they belittled us. I believe this thing would still happen in a different way with our child. I believe because like through whatever we say, it's more like for us, it's our experience that caused our actions to belittle our children in ways that we don't know. And then for our children, it's because of their environment, their society, the information that they perceive, that they might like end up defining belittling differently compared to what we talk about today. And perhaps like the most important thing, like what you said, is mainly the communication, the understanding, like talking, like and basically mainly communication that will kind of solve this whole thing. Like I believe belittling, like not Asian way or just like general belittling, it would definitely exist. It won't be like that. There won't be like a key to like boop, just solve it eventually. Like after this generation, there's no such thing as belittling anymore. Like well, like it's more like it's like it will change eventually. It's like infinite game where we just have to try, and every time we have to try to communicate and then understand, and then hopefully it just gets better, like generation by generation. I guess that is like my conclusion.
Yeah.
What about yours?
Right. I really like Andrew say that the definition of being belittled is going to change over time because of how we progress as a society, different culture, technology, and everything. So like just last time our parents to us, there are certain problems. But I believe that, like what you say, when we have our own kids, there are bound to be issues as well. But what our strength is and what difference is, we have the higher accessibility to a lot of information. Then, and also because we have a lot of higher awareness towards mental health, right? So we are better in I would like to believe that we will have higher self-awareness and the better ability to empathize with other people. Yeah, so even problem arise, right? I feel like maybe we will be able to solve it relatively faster. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, but one thing that will never change, I feel, is that everyone has their own threshold and ability to take in stress. You know, like for example, a 10-year-old kid losing a best friend is like a end of the world to them. So because the threshold is here. So as an adult, right, our threshold is here. So the thing that is like end of the world would be losing our job. Oh, so the most important thing is we have to always realize that different people have different threshold and capability when it comes to like facing challenges in our life. Yeah, even to our kids, even to our peers, even to our parents. Yeah, if we have that reminder in us, I feel like the problems will be able to solve relatively easier. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I like your idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think it's kind of combining everything together, as in like, it is normal that we as a human, we do have some like heuristic bias, like when we see something immediately
psychological terms.
Jargon.
Yeah.
we immediately go to a conclusion and so self-awareness is so important, as in like when we see something or encounter something as a parent from the children, we need to be aware that it is normal that you will immediately go to a conclusion, but the thing is, take some time to think about it. Maybe there's something else underlying that you need to understand or listen from your children. Maybe that will help you reducing your risk of belittling your child. Sometimes I believe no parents want to do that, just that they happen to.
They never know that they are even doing that.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not even conscious that like the act that they're doing this is actually belittling their child.
Because again, this is how they were brought up. Back then, it was a normal education style back then. Yeah, like what Enchi said, right, is to be curious about your kid. Yeah, like whenever they have this decision or they make this decision or they have this feeling emerging, be curious about it. Like, okay, this seems like a small matter, but why is it affecting the kid so much? This is a big switch of decision. Why is the kid making this decision? Like, why? Yeah, be curious about it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Would you say that like just now what you said, that would be like the definition, actually like kind of like the proper definition for empathy? Because I would say that like originally I would say like, because like from Yumi's conclusion, like she brought up the word empathy, then I also gonna word like, so like how do we enhance empathy? But then when you say that, I feel like that can be actually a very good definition for empathy, where you try to be like, of course that is more towards your children, but then for everyone, like be more curious about like what they think, what they actually feel, what they actually want. I feel like that is actually being curious towards a person. I guess that can be a very good definition of empathy.
Yeah, I feel that is the
can be big. Because when you are curious, you kind of try to put yourself in that person's shoes.
I would say that is the first step of being empathizing with other people. To be curious and then imagine yourself in the person's situation, but also with the person's resources. Okay, so it's like losing a friend. Okay, for me I'm an extroverted person. So like losing a friend means maybe not that big issue for me because I have like 10 other friends, for example. But then if you put your position in that introverted individual's position, losing a friend is a big thing because maybe she only have one friend, two friends.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like putting them in that situation and also imagine you yourself having the resources they have, not what I have. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay.
that's so being curious first and then imagine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay.
Oh my god, I can see Yumi having all those counselors and trees and all.
Yeah.
This is what.
For some reason, I was able to link Yumi with Karin's episode in certain ways when she's explaining. I was like, oh, okay, that is so close.
I think Karin is a professional already. Like, I'm just still like.
It means that you're leading, you're heading towards that direction, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I'm still like a trainee like that. But this is like what our course really like emphasize on. Like we are trained this way to think this way. It's very important.
Okay.
Mm.
That's nice. So yeah, I guess like it's great that we have the conclusion
Yeah.
about this episode. So that kind of sums up this episode. But always before we end our episode, we will always ask like whether us or our guests have an insight or just generally anything that you would like to share. Yeah, that you like to share, like something interesting that you figured that you like to share to the audience.
Okay, so I start first.
Sure. Definitely.
Actually, there's always a lot of insight for me, especially once I started to see
Beautiful.
clients. Like yeah. So maybe the thing that hit me most is also about like validating our own feelings. Like I hope it's not too heavy, but then okay.
It's all right.
So it's like how to say them. Sometimes in the Asian community, we always quite uncomfortable to feel negative emotions. We will rationalize it. So it's like, yeah, it's just a small matter. You are belittling yourself. A lot of times, we didn't know. But it's painful to feel the emotions, right? So we try to rationalize it. Or it's like, it's just normal. Like, we just brought up this way. So I heard once I was talking to a friend, right? And then she was like, feeling sad over a short friendship. And then she was saying like, it's just a short friendship, like they don't really treasure the friendship, so I don't need to feel sad. Also, like it's like after so many years. And then it reminds me of what my lecturer told me. It's like it only hurts so much because it meant so much for us. Yeah. So this applies to a lot of grief. This is what we learn in grief. Like, when we lose someone, we lose something, or a relationship, or we lose hope. Like, if the time frame doesn't really matter, it might be very small for someone, but it is big for you because it meant so much for you. Of course, it doesn't mean anything for other people, right? That's why they cannot understand where you are coming from. But we ourselves have to understand and then have to acknowledge our own feeling. It's okay to feel that way because it only hurts this much when it meant so much for us.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
God.
I really love that. Like,
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to my lecturer.
Okay. I love that. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Any insights from you?
Yeah, Varun.
I think just one simple one. Like yesterday when I was reading, I saw this idea as in like, because the character in that book itself, he's dying very soon because of his physical illness. Yeah, so he's telling his friend like, are you sure you're doing something that you really like? Most of the time, we don't really know what we are doing until we notice that we are going to die, because we all know that one day we will die, but we don't really see that as something that's going to happen. So until like he has an illness, so he know around where like his time is counting down. That's why he can feel like he can see what he's doing is something that he really likes to do. Yeah, but most of the time when we're chasing for all those like materialistic kind of stuff and all, we think that is happiness to us. That is something that we want. But in fact, is that really something that we want? Only until we see it from a different perspective, then we will understand like, okay, maybe the most important thing is not all of these that I've been chasing after. Is there something that I've never really touched on it?
Yeah.
Amazing. That's true.
Always ask ourselves like what we truly want. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Really like that. Yeah. Okay. Very insightful. Really, like just these two insights already make me think a lot. Yeah. Well, for myself, unfortunately, I don't have any insights. I feel bad, but I don't really have any insights.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. There are weeks that we both don't have any insight.
Sometimes like time just passed really fast. You just like really caught up with life, like doing things, and then maybe you don't really have that moment of realization or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Is that a good thing? That's what I'm thinking. Like just like what you said just now. I don't know. Like I guess when we realize that there's not much realization in life, is that a good thing? Because like that means that we just live life as if things are just like it's like a train passing by. We don't stop and then just like see what is happening. So is that actually a good thing? When we don't have insights, I feel bad. It's because like it kind of implies that if this is bad, then many times in our life it has been bad because we didn't have much realization during those moments.
Or maybe sometimes we do have some kind of like insight, just that we don't really remember it until something that triggers us, like to remind us about it.
Yeah.
Let's remain in that way.
We don't always need to have insight. I feel sometimes maybe we don't have that awareness or that knowledge to observe our surrounding yet. We need some amount of life experiences to have some amount of insights and realization.
Yeah.
I like that.
If you are caught up with the thing that you enjoy, that you don't have realization, I think it's okay also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you're busy with things you feel like it's meaningful, you're just too caught up with the things that you're passionate about. I don't think that's a bad thing.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
That's nice.
I like that. Okay, amazing. Thanks for both your insights. Yeah, but then like right before we end, of course, so for our audience, let's say if they would like to contact you and then perhaps find you for counseling and all that, like where can they reach you?
Right.
And anything that you wanted to talk about, like because I believe now you're a trainee counselor.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so you're looking for people to practice on.
Yes. Correct. I really appreciate that you're giving me this platform to actually just promote a bit, like from the Monash University. So me and my fellow coursemate, we are currently in our practicum. So we are seeing clients for free. Yeah. So we can do both online and physical. You just have to Google Monash Practicum Counseling, and then you will see the website, and then you go in, you'll see a lot of our profiles, including mine. So you can just like read through our profiles, and then if you feel like you can relate to one of the practicum counselors more, you can fill out the Google form, right? There's a special remark there. You can just write down the counselor's name. Yeah. So if like, for example, if you read my profile or you listen to this podcast and you realize, okay, maybe I can vibe with Yumi. So you can just write Yumi in a special remark, and then the management will assign the client to us. But then if you don't have any special preference, you just fill out the Google form, and then you will be assigned to the counselors. Yeah, unfortunately, these services is only for people who are residing in Malaysia. Because if people from other countries, we're afraid that we cannot have sessions with them because like we might not be able to reach out to their resources or the third party, like the authorities and hospitals if any crisis happens. Yeah, so for now we just work with people who are residing in Malaysia and is at the age of 18 and above. Yes.
Amazing.
It's free, so support us. We are not professional, but we are supervised by professional counselors. Yeah, so hopefully to some extent we can help you.
Okay. So let's say for our audience that are not looking for counseling, would you just like to reach out to you? Which platform would you be most comfortable for them to reach out?
Just reach out to me as friends.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, can just add me on Instagram. My account is private but you can. I normally don't add people I don't know. But then if you if you know me from this wonderful podcast and then you want to talk to me, you can just like drop me a message. Yeah. Then we can be friends.
Okay. Amazing. Sounds good.
I didn't see that
She
coming.
used the word wonderful podcast.
Wonderful podcast. Oh,
Actually, this is my first time being invited. I'm really honored. You have been doing this for a
Yeah,
very
we'll
long.
put all this. Yeah, about to celebrate our second year. Second year anniversary. I think April it will be our second year doing this.
Crazy
So
determination.
yes. But yeah, like we will put all your details down in the description below as well. So like people who are looking for it, like whether it's a Monash thing or like whether it's your profile, then like people can just easily access.
Yeah.
Okay.
The link
So-
to Monash counseling is also in my Instagram bio. Or I can just like send you later or anything. Yeah,
Okay.
you can just put there
Sure.
the link there. Yeah. I really thank you.
No problem. So, yes, I guess this will be the end of the episode then.
Yeah.
So, yes, thanks Sarah for listening. Thank you, Yumi,
Thank you.
for being here.
Thank you, both.
sharing with us like her experience of belittling. I believe like it's quite hard getting that out.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, and then like discussing about like all this. How could we try not to belittle our children in the future?
Yes,
So,
yes.
and then that'll be it for this episode then. So thanks everyone for listening, and see you all next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you enjoyed, do share with your friends and family and leave us a review on the Apple Podcast. If you're not using an Apple device, you can leave a review on the Apple Podcast website with a link in the show notes. If you have any feedback or thoughts which you hope that we'll discuss in the future, feel free to email them to us at hello@incthoughts.com, or alternatively, you can send us a private message on our Facebook, Instagram or Twitter with the username of incthoughtspod. Thanks again, and see you all next week. Bye bye.